Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Preimesberger, editor of eWEEK. Thank you very, very much for joining us today on this latest segment of eWEEK eSpeaks. It's a series of conversations with IT thought leaders that we do regularly on eWEEK and on the eWEEK YouTube channel. Our interviewee today is Ayman Syed. Ayman is the CEO of BMC Software, which is based in Houston, Texas. But of course, in this pandemic age, it's based everywhere from home and everything else. And coming to us from Silicon Valley, San Jose, California, Ayman, welcome.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much for having me.
No, I love talking to you. We've interviewed before when you were with a couple of another company called CA. And in your background, you've got some pretty established companies like Cisco, Verifone, and Motorola. So impressive, and this is your first CEO job, correct?
Actually, it's CA and Cisco, and then before that, Nortel.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know where I got some other information that was wrong. Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. So maybe quickly, in terms of my background, I've been with BMC as the president and chief executive officer for a little over a year now. And prior to this, I was with CA, or known to some as Computer Associates,
right,
for 3.5 years as president and chief product officer.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, I had a long stint at Cisco for almost 17 years as a senior vice president of products, where I led a number of divisions within Cisco, from switching, routing, and central software. BMC is not a new company to me or unknown quantity. I've been both a customer of BMC in the past, as well as a competitor. So it is kind of coming back to a company I know very well, and one that I always admired.
That's excellent. Could you just give us a high level, Ayman? BMC does a lot of different things, and it's one of those companies that's not necessarily front and center for people in general. Because what it does is, supply the backbone for a lot of what's happening on the internet and in different enterprise systems. And I would like to think that it's like the skeleton of somebody. If you can't stand up, if you don't have bones, okay?
Indeed. BMC works.
A system can't stand up and work without infrastructure like BMC's.
Indeed, Chris, BMC supplies enterprise and infrastructure software to solve some of the most difficult challenges for our customers. We supply much of the systems of record, as well as mission critical systems and systems of engagement to many of global customers. We are in 84% of the top 100 global accounts, where serve businesses from different industry domains, from financial services, banking, to manufacturing, retail, media, you name it. All of these customers are racing to reinvent their businesses as software-driven businesses. They're morphing how they use technology, and we work with them to help them accomplish this. We've been in business for over 40 years, and we've been very fortunate to have many of world-class leading companies as our customers, and we continue to work with them on reinventing their businesses.
Yeah, and BMC 40 years, that's nothing to sneeze at in this business, and in any business, to be a survivor and to be able to be agile enough to stay with the markets all those years and stay relevant. Can you tell us a little bit about your most recent product, the Helix Control-M? It's a SaaS workflow application, kind of an orchestrator. How does that work? And is that something similar to what Kubernetes does or not? Because it's a distributor.
It's slightly different. BMC, we support our customers in many businesses and enterprise use cases that span automation, service management, infrastructure management and monitoring, remediation, and predictive analytics and data. We offer our solutions in every platform, from mobile all the way to mainframe. One of these solutions is in the area of automation. That's business process automation, workload automation, managed file transfers, all the way to the role that automation and intelligent automation plays in the line of business, whether it's supporting business workflows or IT workflows. We have an industry-leading solution called Control-M, and the new announcement is on a SaaS version of this and a cloud offering for Control-M. Control-M and automation software has been in existence for a while. It touches many aspects of our lives on a daily basis, whether you're going to withdraw money from an ATM machine or submitting a request for provisioning in a business. Invariably, that triggers a workload automation or a process automation in the background. But the interesting and exciting part is the applications for hyper-automation now are spanning every part of the business and how a business runs. Many examples of customers using it, how to run the business, how to automate, how to speed up the decision-making process and derive more accuracy and productivity. So we're very excited about the reception from the market to this new SaaS offering and the use cases it can support.
What's the, Ayman, in your estimation or what's your definition of hyper automation as opposed to automation?
Great question. And maybe I'll take a step back and share with you. In my last year, we spent a lot of time looking at enterprise software, at how companies large and small from different industry domains will evolve in their use of technology over time. And our focus is to look at the customer's unmet needs, the key challenges, not only that they face today, but that they will run into 3 years from now, 5 years from now. We refer to this collective body of work as Enterprise 2025. It's our vision of what's going to enable business to succeed based on use of technology. And we've defined an archetype for that called the autonomous digital enterprise. It's a state for a business when they leverage technology to reinvent their business and break away from their competitors and succeed. So we've defined 5 key pillars for that autonomous digital enterprise, or ADE. It starts from a transcendent customer experience, exciting and delighting the customer at every touch point, tailoring and customizing the experience through omni-channel. So role of mobile devices, for example, is becoming more prominent now, where many of us are consuming just about every service you can imagine through these mobile devices, to hyper-intelligent automation, where you can go and look at every business process and say, can I automate this? Can I speed it? Can I make a more intelligent decision and what actions to be taken and drive higher precision and productivity? To enterprise DevOps, which is the equivalent of DevOps in software development, but in running the business, being able to respond quickly to feedback and evolve business initiatives, deliver them in a bite size. From that to deriving business insights based on data. And then last but not least, it's pervasive and proactive cybersecurity.
Okay, so that's a lot of points.
Lots of pillars, and automation, as you can imagine, it's a key pillar of that ADE, and that's where Control-M and this new Helix Control-M SaaS offering gets pretty exciting.
Okay, is this software got a good enough user interface that line of business people can use it?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, we're increasingly seeing applications and use cases for it now outside IT. Many examples, and I can talk for an hour about this, but let me maybe just give you a couple of examples. Major hospital in Florida, using it to automate, the monitoring and capacity management of the critical care units and utilization. As you can imagine, given the COVID-19 pandemic and the conditions we're going through, this becomes a key and a critical function. So automating this and tying and automating all the different systems you're monitoring using Control-M becomes a key and compelling use case. All the way from there to a trucking company that's running a huge fleet of hundreds of thousands of vehicles and assets, and use this automation framework to automate the maintenance of their trucks, for example, where they can monitor various systems and OT data points They can make decisions and automate when a truck needs maintenance. And then they can tie this to warranty information, to location of support depots, availability of parts, and they will automatically route the truck to where it gets that service, minimizing disruption and maximizing their capacity to deliver parcels, etc. Many, many use cases like that. I would say this is going to become a standard part of all of our lives.
It sounds like it. And it really goes to show that BMC is one of those companies that's connecting so many dots everywhere. And those dots aren't connected, or just one drops, the whole transaction can fall apart, and it has to be done efficiently and reliably, and that's what you guys do. So next time I go to the ATM, I'm going to push the button. I'm going to put my code in, my PIN number in. I'm going to push a button, and about 30 different systems are going to be touched probably by the time my money comes out, right?
It's amazing how many different systems that transaction triggers, from access on public cloud to private data center, all the way to mainframe centers, connecting multiple financial institutions, all to spit out the cash that you're going to get to do a withdrawal.
Yeah, and some of those dots were covered by BMC. There's no question about it. So we have just about a minute left. Maybe Ayman, and can you just tell me, like, just at a high level, what would you like to see happen in the next 12 to 24 months under your watch for BMC?
So we're seeing already a huge deal of momentum and excitement from how the customers and the industry is receiving our vision for Enterprise 2025, our focus on autonomous digital enterprise. Our mission as a company is to help partner with our customers to make them ADEs. We are going through a major pandemic now, and I'm certainly looking forward to seeing the light at the end of that tunnel. And a lot of the skills that we've gained through automation, through use of technology, are here to stay. I'm looking forward to seeing this taking roots and becoming part of the new normal.
Right. The new normal is going to take in a lot more automation and efficiency, and it's through companies like BMC that we're going to get this done. So Ayman, Sayed, thank you so much for being my guest today on eSpeaks.
Thank you, Chris.
It's good to see you again. Have great holidays, safe holidays. And for all of you following along this far into our eSpeaks segment, thank you all very much, and have a great rest of your eWeek. Thanks for joining us on eWEEK eSpeaks. Go to eWEEK.com to hear more conversations with IT thought leaders.